So in the previous session, we have discussed about list collection and we have discussed what exactly list collection and what is the use, how can we define list collection in Apex programming and what is the syntax we used to follow, and what are the various built-in methods that we have in list class which we can use to manage the elements inside the collection we have discussed with the practical. Now, today we'll see set collection class and we have to understand what exactly is set collection, what is the use, how can we define set collection class, and how the set collection is different from list, how to manage the elements in the set collection class by using various built-in methods. We'll see one by one. Now, basically, set also one of the collection class. Like as list, set also one of the collection class which can be used to store a group of elements of both homogeneous and heterogeneous. In order to store same type of elements and different types of elements, we can use the help of set collection. So set is a collection class which allows us to store a group of elements of both homogeneous and heterogeneous elements. Now, then what kind of elements we can store in set collection? Set collection allows us to store five types of elements like primitive type, a subject type, collection type, apex type, and the user defined types. So different types of elements. That means we can store the primitive type of elements in set collection. Yes, subject type of elements also, collection type of elements also, apex type of elements also, user different types of elements also. All these five types of elements we can store in set collection. Now, in this case, while storing the elements inside the set collection supports purely dynamic memory allocation. Like as list collection, set also purely supports dynamic memory allocation so that collection size can grow, collection size can shrink at runtime. That means by using this set collection, we can utilize the memory very efficiently. So whatever the elements you are going to store, only for those elements memory will be getting reserved. So we can utilize the memory very efficiently. We can avoid the memory wastage. Now, in this case, how to manage the elements in set collection? In order to manage the elements in the set collection, in set class also we have so many built-in methods are available, which are purely instance methods. Instance methods means which can be accessible by using object of the class. We need to create the object of the list class. We can access each and every method by using object name dot method. With the help of this object, we can access each and every method. We can manage the elements inside this collection. Now, here you can raise a question. Sir, most of the functionalities are similar like as set collection. Then, how this set collection is different from list? Now, let me explain. Now, whenever we are managing the elements in the set collection, it is having a different functionality here. What is that functionality? Now, let me explain. For example, assume that I'm having a set collection which can store a group of string elements. Now, initially, I'm storing an element over here inside my set collection. I'm storing an element India because I have defined a set collection which can store a group of string elements. Now I want to store a string element with the name India. This is the first element I'm going to add. Whenever I'm adding this element, the element will get stored into that set collection. which will be storing inside this. This is the element. Now my element has been stored. Okay, clear up to this one? Next. This is the first element, so the India element has been stored. No indexing concept here. Okay, here no indexes. Like as a list, we don't have any indexes concept over here. Now I'm storing Bangalore. Then what it will do here? In this case, whenever I'm trying to be adding the second element, first of all, it will compare. It will compare with this name Bangalore. Do we have an element exist in the collection or not? Okay. Why? Because is as part of set collection doesn't support duplicate elements, only unique elements. Only unique elements. Now, as part of set collection doesn't accept duplicate elements. When we try to store duplicate element in the set collection, simply it will ignore the operation. It won't show any error message. No compilation error, no runtime error, no exception, nothing. Simply it will ignore that operation, it will skip that operation. So when we try to store a new element, first of all, it will check with this name or this element is already exist in the collection or not. Now suppose if the element is already there, it will skip this operation simply here. It won't perform any operation. It won't add the element. It won't show any error message. Suppose, now tell me, in this case, do we have any element in the collection with the name Bangalore? No. Now in this case, this element is a different element. It will be acceptable here. Now, the element will be acceptable. Whenever it is accepting this element, whatever the elements are available in the set collection, it will be arranging the elements automatically in alphabetical order by default. This is the default functionality. Now, whenever I'm adding this element Bangalore element will be acceptable, but the element will be arranging in alphabetical order automatically. Now tell me Bangalore will be available where? At the starting or at the last? Starting. Because B will be first. So that it will be indicating this Bangalore first, then India. Okay. Next. Now I would like to add the element welcome. Will this element will be acceptable or not? Yes, because we don't have this element inside this collection over here. So this element will be a unique element. This will be acceptable. Now tell me where this element will be stored. At the starting, at the middle, or at the last. Now after India,
Yeah.
it will be acceptable here. Now I'm adding an element, for example, Germany. Will this element will be acceptable in my collection or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Element
Acceptable.
will be acceptable because it's a unique element over here. This will be acceptable. Where this element will be?
After
After
Bangalore. Bangalore.
what? Bangalore. Now the element will be acceptable here. Now I'm adding an element Australia. Will this element will be acceptable or not?
Yeah, it
Yes.
acceptable.
It will be acceptable. Where this element will be?
First
At the
position.
For
starting,
Bangalore,
first position. Now I'm trying to be adding the element Bangalore. Will it be acceptable or not?
No, it won't
No,
accept.
no,
because
no,
this
sir, no.
element is already there, so it won't accept. Will it show any compilation error to you? No.
No.
Will it show any
No.
runtime error? No, nothing. Simply it will skip the operation here. Clear? Now, suppose for example here, see, I'm giving this Bangalore here. Here B small. What will happen in this case? Will it be acceptable or not? Hmm. In this
Yes,
case,
sir.
this element will be acceptable, because here whenever we are storing the elements inside this set collection maintains the uniqueness of the elements based on binary comparison. It will use binary comparison. In binary comparison, lowercase letter uppercase letter both are different. Okay, so the whole string will be different, so this element will be acceptable as it is. Okay, understood the concept here? Now tell me, in this case, is it a ordered collection or unordered collection?
Ordered collection.
Hmm. What is the order we have added the element? First we have added India, then Bangalore, then
Bangalore.
welcome, then Germany. Okay, India, Bangalore, welcome, Germany. In the same order, do we have those elements here? No,
No,
that means
sir.
what?
Unordered collection.
Ordered or unordered collection?
Unordered
Unordered
Another
collection.
collection.
So list collection is what? Ordered collection. Set collection is a unordered collection. This is the difference. Okay. So now, as part of set collection is an unordered collection where it won't preserve the insertion order. The elements will not be available in the same order in which they were inserted. Your insertion order, actual elements order, both are completely different, because set collection is going to be arranging the elements in alphabetical order automatically by default. Because of that, elements will not be available in the same order. Now, whenever we are trying to be adding some duplicate elements to that set collection doesn't support the duplicate elements. It maintains the uniqueness of the elements based on binary comparison. In binary comparison, uppercase letter, lowercase letter, both are completely different, so it will be acceptable at that time. If both are having same case, it won't support, simply it will ignore that operation. Okay? Understood the concept here? Now, let's see. Now, for example, simple concept here. I hope everybody is having your own smartphones. Now, in your smartphone, since today morning, you might be having so many calls with your friends, colleagues, family members, relatives, to so many people. So, whatever the calls that you have made since today morning, where this calls information will get listed out? Call log. Okay, call log or call history. We can go to the call history or call log. Now tell me, whatever the call history that we have, call history will listed out, okay, all the calls information in the same order which you have made.
No.
No.
Morning 7 o'clock I made a call. 7:30 I made one more call. 9:30 I made one more call. Okay, 12:15 I made one more call. The list will be available in the same order, right? Yes. When you go to the call log, it will list out that call history in the same order which you have made the calls. Okay, whatever the order you made the calls to the people, same order will be listed out, because in order to store your call history internally, they're using list collection. Okay, in order to store that call history, they're using list collection. Suppose, for example, I made a call to the person two times, morning 7:30 and then 9:15. Two times I made a call to my friend here. Then you will be having two entries will be available. At 7:30 one entry, 9:15 one more entry here. That means duplicate entries will be available, because it's purely list collection. List supports duplicate elements as well. So whatever the call history that we have inside your mobile, that's purely built upon list collection. Okay, next, second one. So now inside your contacts, okay, inside your mobile, you might be having so many contacts. Assume that I have 100 contacts are there in my mobile. Now today, I have received one more new call from one of my childhood friend. Okay, now from a new mobile number here. So he asked me to save this contact number for the future communications. I'm saving that contact number with the name like Sam Prasad. Now tell me where this contact number will store. Hmm. Will it be storing at the starting of the contact list, ending of the contact list, or in the alphabetical order? Alphabetical
Alphabetical
order.
order.
Alphabetical order. Okay. Now tell me, can you store the same contact number multiple times? No, it
Yes.
won't allow.
No.
Now we have to specify that a different name. Okay, we have to use different names here. For example, okay, one of my friend is using two contact numbers over here. If you try to save that both the contact numbers with the same name, Prasad and Prasad, it won't accept. Just you have to change. Okay, Prasad or Prasad one, or else it may be small letter, uppercase letter we can use. Because whatever the contacts list that we have, that contact list is purely a set collection class. It's purely set collection where duplicate elements will not be available. Whenever we are storing a new contact, automatically contacts will be arranging in the alphabetical order automatically by default. When you try to store the duplicate contact with the same name, it won't allow because it's purely set collection class. Okay, so your call history will be purely okay, like as your list collection, and then whatever the contact list that we have, that is purely set collection class. Okay, understood the concept now? Now. So now in this case, how can we define set collection class? Now let's see with the practical use case. Okay, understand the concept here? This is the basic difference between list and set collections. Okay, now make a note of this one. Set is a collection class which allows us to store a group of elements of both homogeneous and heterogeneous elements inside it. Now, by using set collection class, we can store the elements of type primitive, a subject type, collection type, apex type, and use a different type of elements. Set is an unordered collection which doesn't preserve the insertion order. Set is an unordered collection which doesn't preserve the insertion order. That is, the elements will not be available in the same order in which they were inserted. Now, by default, set collection will arrange the elements in alphabetical order by default. Note, set collection won't support to store the duplicate elements. It maintains the uniqueness of the elements based on binary comparison. Based on binary comparison. Set collection supports dynamic memory allocation, hence the collection size can grow or shrink at runtime. Now, set collection provides a collection of built-in methods to be used to manage the elements in the collection. Now the syntax. Set of data type, object name equals to new set of data type. Then up to these 3 points, for example, set of integer. Product codes set equals to new set of integer. Now this set collection holds a group of unique integer elements. Set of string. I would like to specify country names set equals to new set of string. Now this collection can store a group of string elements. It holds a group of unique string elements. Set of ID. Record ID is a set equals to set of ID. It holds a group of unique record IDs.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I have a small doubt, sir.
Tell me.
Yeah, in previous example, you told that it will store the lowercase letter that Bangalore.
Hmm.
In which index it will store, sir? Is it?
We'll show you that one.
Yeah.
I will show you that one.
Yeah.
Practically, we'll see.
Yeah. Okay. Is Salesforce is case sensitive?
No, no, no. Case Salesforce is not case sensitive. Upon writing the code, you can use any character case.
Yeah. Okay, sir.
Now, I'm defining a set collection which can hold a subject type of elements also. Now, new set of account. This collection holds a group of unique account records. Set of hiring manager. That means my custom object. HR records a set equals to new set of hiring manager, which holds a group of unique HR records. Like that, we can able to define the set collection. We can hold the elements inside.
Sir, can you show me the syntax once?
Done with the syntax.
Yes, sir.
Done, everyone. Now, so now let's see what are the various methods that we have in set collection class. Now, so let me explain what kind of elements are available here, what kind of methods are available in set collection, what is the use of each and every method. Now let's see. Almost the methods are same like as list, but we don't have those many number of methods. Very limited methods are available because in the listic collection we have discussed almost 14 methods. But here we don't have those many number of methods. We are having some 10 methods. Okay, almost okay 10 methods are available in set collection because few methods are eliminated because those features are not supporting by set collection. Okay, now like for example, assume that whenever we are adding some new elements to the list collection, we have two methods are available. Add method, which will be adding the element at the end of the collection. Second one, add method, which will insert the element at the index position. Now tell me here, do we have any indexing concept here? No. Okay, we don't have any indexing concept, so we don't have second add method here. Okay, that method has been eliminated. And we have get method, which is used to get the element based on index. Here we don't have such kind of method that has been eliminated over here. Okay, next we have sort method. Do we need to sort the elements here? No. Why? Elements are already sorted, so no sort method over here. Okay, next we have set method over there to replace the element value. Do we have that index position? No. There is no such method here, set method. Like that, some methods are eliminated because those features are not supporting the set. Set is having different behaviors. Okay. Now, let's see. Let me explain each and every method. For example, I'm defining a set collection. I'm defining a set collection over here. Set of string. Set of string in order to store a group of elements over here, okay, which will be related to country names. Now set of string, I would like to specify country names equals to new set of string. I'm defining a set collection which can store a collection of elements of type string. Now tell me, do we have any elements in this set collection as of now? No,
No.
because just now we have defined the set collection. Collection is empty, no elements are available. Now I would like to add a new element to the set collection. How can we add? For that one, here we are having a method called as add method, which is used to specify the element name. So which element you would like to add to the set collection? Here we are indicating by using add method. Add of element name. Now, I'm not giving the description because the description is already In the list collection, I have given the description so that I'm not repeating that part again. Now I would like to add the elements like country names dot add. I'm adding the element, for example, India. Country names dot add. I'm adding the element like as some USA. Country names dot add. I'm adding some Japan. Country names dot add. I'm adding some China. Country names dot add. I'm adding some UK. These are the elements. Whenever I'm adding these elements, the elements will be available in the set collection. How these elements will be? Elements will be in alphabetical order here. Like it will be available. Now, first of all, it will be having China, then India, and then Japan, and then UK, and then USA. These are the elements will be available. So add method is used to add a new element to the set collection. Depends upon your application requirement. If you want to add a new element to the collection, we can able to use the help of this add method. Second one, add all. Second method is add all method. Then what exactly add all method and what is the use? Basically, add all method is used to add a group of elements to your set collection at a time. So in order to copy or in order to add a group of elements at a time, we are using the help of add all method. Okay, now. So now here we can pass either a array or a list collection or a set collection. That means we can copy the elements from array to set or list to set or set to set. We can able to copy the elements. Okay, all are possible. So the source collection can be either an array or list or set. Now, for example, I'm preparing a string array. I would like to specify countries or some cities over here equals to new string array. I'm storing some element over here, like for example, New York, now some Texas, some Dubai, and then I would like to specify Now the California, or else whatever you want, you can specify some Chennai. These are the city names over here. I want to copy all these city names, okay, information into my set collection. How can we copy this one? Add all. How can we specify? Country names dot add all. Just we can able to specify cities. That's it. Whatever the elements we have placed, those elements will be getting placing into your set collection automatically by default. Now, these elements will be getting added. After this is China, it will be adding the Dubai. And then, and it will be adding the Chennai. Next, Texas. Next, New York. These are the elements. Whatever the elements that we have placed, those elements will be placing over here. The elements will be arranging in alphabetical order automatically by default. Clear? Next one, size method. To know the number of elements exist in the collection. So system.debug collection size is, I would like to represent country names dot size. Country names dot size. Next one, Boolean is empty. Basically, this method is used to check whether this collection is empty or not. If it is empty, it returns true or else it returns false. Now, same like as list collection. All the methods are same, no change at all. Country names dot is empty. If this country names collection is empty, I want to show the message. Collection is empty. Else, I would like to show the message. Collection is not empty. Done with this? Now, next one, contains method. What this method indicates? Right, to check whether the collection contains a specific element or not. If the element is found, it returns true or else it returns false. Now, I would like to check the condition. If country names dot contains, I would like to pass the element name over here, like for example, some India. Then I would like to show the message element found in the collection. Else system.debug element not found in the collection. Else element not found in the collection. Next. I want to remove an element from the collection. So that we are using remove method. So we can specify country names dot remove. I would like to pass the element name that is some New York. Next, I would like to create a clone copy. We can specify country names dot clone, which will be creating a copy of that same set collection. Backup copy set. So now we are going to be creating a clone copy of that collection here. Whatever the elements that we have in the collection, the same elements I would like to create one more copy also by using this clone method. Equals. This method is used to compare two set collection classes. For example, I have two set collection classes are available. Both are holding some elements. Now I want to compare whether both the collections are identical or not. Whether both the collections are holding same elements or not, I would like to compare. So that we are using the help of equals method. If country names dot equals of backup copy set. If both the collections are identical, now I would like to represent the message the both the collections are identical. Else system.debug both the collections are different. And the last one, clear method, which is used to remove all the elements from the collection. These are the various methods are available as part of this set collection class. And then one more thing. Will you be available this Friday? Shivaratri. Will you be available? Okay. Anybody's having any plans? No, right? All are available? Okay, fine. We'll have the session. Nobody's doing Jagaram, right? In hostels, every day Jagaram, right? Mm. Done with this? Next. Next one, now let's see map collection. Map collection. So what exactly the map collection and what is the use and how to define map collection, how the map collections are different from list and set, and then what is the syntax to define a map collection and what kind of elements that we can store inside the map collection and how to manage the elements by using various built-in methods, we'll see. As of now, we know list and set. Both are almost similar, except the word list and set, the name of the class, almost both are similar. But their behaviors are different. Syntactically, both will be similar, but functionality wise, both are different. List is having its own behaviors, set is having its own behaviors. But syntactically, both are same. There we are writing list of data type, here we are using set of data type. But when coming to the map collection structure is completely different. Map collection structure is entirely different when compared with list and set. And behaviors also different. Syntactically, it will be purely different. Functionality wise, also it is having different behaviors. Then how this map collection is different? Okay, now let's see how the syntax will look like. Let me explain. As of now, in order to store some elements in my list and set, directly we are storing elements. It may be product name, or customer name, or country name, or anything we are storing directly. But whenever we are going to storing some elements in some cases, in few cases, to recognize each and every element, we need a pair of values. In some cases, in order to recognize an element, we need a pair of values. Okay, now, for example, come to a scenario. For example, we have users. How to recognize each and every user generally? Okay, Hmm. Generally here. When coming to the users, for every application, so many users will be available. For Gmail also, banking application also, Salesforce also, anything. How to recognize each and every user based on combination of two values. What are those? Username, password. Okay, based on username and the password. So we can recognize the user by using the help of username and the password combination. Based on this username and the password combination, we can able to recognize these users also. Like the similar way. For example, I would like to recognize a product. Whenever if you want to recognize a product, here also we need to use a pair of values. Like the product code, product name. We need to use the combination of the pair of values, that is product code and the product name. Like for example, today I went to a laptop showroom, HP showroom, or it may be like as Dell showroom also, whatever. Now, as soon as whenever I'm entering into the showroom, one of the salesperson will started the conversation with me. So now, what kind of product that you are looking for? I said that laptop. I want to buy a laptop. So now they have so many laptops are available with the different models, with a different configuration, with the different features, with the different designs. Then what laptop that you want? All are laptops only here. We need to indicate a model number. Now I want a laptop, this is a model here, so and so model. Because that model is indicating some set of configurations, features, screen size, hard disk capacity, and the processor capacity, graphics card capacity. It will be indicating so many details here. So I want a laptop, this particular model here. That means we are indicating the product code, product name both. Whenever if you want to buy an iPhone, When I go to mobile showroom, if I said that I want iPhone 15, then he will ask you what model that you want. 15 Pro, 15 Plus, 15 Pro Max, or what? So now we need to indicate I want an iPhone which will be so and so iPhone 15 Pro Max, which is so and so configuration, like as 512 GB of RAM, 512 GB of storage space. In this case, we need to indicate the name and then the configuration also. Two things we need to supply. So now in this case here also to recognize the users, we are using the combination of username and the password. To recognize the product, we are using the combination of product code and the product name. So whenever if we want to recognize a particular element, in some cases we need a pair of value. Pair means two. We need a pair of values. Now, in this case, now tell me here, for example, come to this scenario, users. Upon recognizing these users, we are using username and the password combination. Now tell me from these two, which one is unique, which one is duplicate?
Username
Why?
is
You are giving in reverse. Now,
Both
password
should
is?
unique.
Why unique? Password is unique. Password will be duplicate, right? Username should be always unique. Password may be unique, password may be duplicate also here. Okay, now because with one username only one user will be there. Suppose if you're having multiple user accounts, you can maintain the same password, no issues. Okay, now when you go to the product code and the product name, which one is unique, which one is duplicate? Product code will be always unique,
unique.
and the product name will can be
Duplicate.
duplicate also. That means whenever we are recognizing some elements by using a pair of values, from that pair, one value will be the duplicate one value will be unique one. Okay, now, so in this case here, as part of this users, we are having this username, which will be always unique, which will be always unique. When coming to the password, password will can be either a unique one or it may be duplicate also. Yes, duplicate. Now, as part of this product, we are having this product to code. Product to code will be always unique. Product to code will be always unique. Product name can be duplicate also here. Now, this product name can be duplicate. It can be either unique or duplicate. Now, in this case, whatever the unique part that we have, this unique part is called as key. Okay. Now, whatever the duplicate part that we have, this duplicate part is called as value. Okay. The unique part will be called as key, and the duplicate part will be called as value. So in this case here, whenever if you're storing some elements, we need to use the help of a key value pair. Each element should have the key and the value. So now in this case here, when coming to the map collection, map is a collection class which allows us to store a group of elements where each element should have a key and a value pair. So that's what simply we can say map is a key value pair collection. Okay, map is a key value pair collection which contains a group of elements inside that each element contains a pair of value. One will be the key, second one will be the value. Key should be always a unique value, maybe unique value, maybe duplicate also. Okay, understand the concept here? Now. So now here in this case, map collection allows us to store a group of elements. Map collection allows us to store a group of elements where each element will have a key and a value. Now, in this case here, okay, now in this case, we can raise a question. So, do we have any such restrictions like key will be this type, value will be this type? No, we don't have any such kind of restriction. Both the key and the value can be either primitive type, a subject type, collection type, apex type, use a different types of elements also. Okay, so both the key and the value can be either primitive or a subject or collection or apex or use a different types. Now, in this case, whenever we are holding some elements inside the map collection, okay, map collection will purely supporting dynamic memory allocation, like as list and set. Here also the same. Map collection also purely supporting dynamic memory allocation. Hence, the collection size can grow, collection size can shrink at runtime. So if you keep on adding some new elements, size will be expanding automatically. If you are removing some elements, collection size will get decreased automatically by default. Now in this case, when coming to the map collection, how to manage the elements? In order to manage the elements in the map collection, we have few built-in methods are available. Like as a list class and the set class, map class also provides a collection of built-in methods which we can use to manage the elements inside the collection. So to add some new elements, to remove an element, to set an element, to get an element, we are using the help of built-in methods. But in this case, whenever if you want to deal with this map collection elements, always we have to rely on key, based on the key. Because when you go to the list collection, to manage the elements, we are using index position. Based on the index, we can add, based on the index, we can remove, based on the index, we can get, we can do all these things. But as part of map collection, everything will be done too with the help of key. If you know the key, then we can able to get the value. If you know the key, we can search the element. If you know the key, we can able to remove the element also. So that in order to perform the operations on the map collection elements, always we have to be relied on the key. Based on the key, we can perform the respective operations on your map collection elements. So that here, in order to perform the operations on those collection elements, we are using the help of some built-in methods given by map collection class. Okay, understood the concept now? Next. Then how can we define this map collection class? Now let me explain. Okay, now make a note of this one. Map collection. Map is a key value pair collection. Map is a key value pair collection which allows us to store a group of elements, where each element contains a key and a value. Now, key should be always unique. Value may be unique or may be duplicate. Now, map collection supports to store the elements of type both homogeneous and heterogeneous elements inside it.
अरे जी जी అంత దుమ్ముంది జీ అని
Now, map collections allows us to store the elements of type primitive, a subject, collection, apex type, and user defined type of elements. Now, map collection supports dynamic memory allocation, hence the collection size can grow or shrink at runtime. Map collection class provides a group of built-in methods which can be used to manage the elements in the collection. Map collection class provides a group of built-in methods which can be used to manage the elements in the collection. Now the syntax. Here just you can leave two lines of space, because here during the practical we have to identify whether it is a ordered collection or unordered collection. You have to decide. Okay, just for that one, just to give two lines of space in the note point over here. We will fill these points, okay, during practical. Syntax. Map of key data type, comma, value data type. Here we can specify the object name equals to new map of key data type, comma, value data type. Done with this? Done with this? Now, let's see. So now let's see how can we define this map collection. Whenever we are defining the map collection, we have to specify two data types. First one, key, second one, value. Key data type we need to pass, comma, value data type. Two data types we have to pass. Now in this case, defining this map collection is very, very important. In the two, it requires some analysis. So whenever we are storing some data in list collection straightforward, we can define. In set collection also straightforward, but in map collection, okay, we have to take some precautions. We have to analyze the data first, and then from that one, which data is dependent on what we need to analyze. From that one, which one is key, which one is value, we have to identify. Based on that, we have to decide which data type is suitable for key, which data type is suitable for value. We need to decide. Okay, now let's see. For example, come to a scenario. I want to store some country names and the country codes inside a map collection. Like for example, I want to store India. Country code will be INT. And then United States, USA. And then Germany, GRN. Japan. Like that, I would like to store some country names and the country codes. Where whenever I'm passing the country name, it should return country code back to me. Okay, upon passing country name, it should return country code back to me here. Now tell me in this case, which one is key, which one is value?
India is key, IND is value.
Sorry? Right. In this case, country names are keys because if I'm passing country name, it should return value. That means it should be key because if I'm passing the key, we can get the value. Based on key, we can remove the element. Based on key, we can set the element. That means purely we are relying on key. That's what I told you here. So whenever if you want to perform some operations on map collection elements, we need the key first. Okay, so now I would like to consider India is the key. That means country name is the key and the country code is a value. Now tell me, country name is of type what? String. Now country code is of type what? Again, string. So we have to define the map collection how? Map of string comma string. Okay, now let's see. In this case, we have to define a map collection string comma string. Key data type also of type string, value data type also of type string. I'm indicating map countries equals to new map of string comma string. Okay, now here I'm indicating that it holds a collection of country details where country name will be the key, country code will be the value. This is how we need to define the map collection. Then up to this one, next one. For example, I'm having some account records. For each account record, we have a unique identification number that is called as what? ID, record ID. This is the record IDs here. First record ID 001475. Assume that this is the record ID. Second record ID 944. Third record ID 001, okay, 911. Fourth record 001846. Like that, we are having so many record IDs are available. For each record, we are having some related cases count. Each account will be having some cases, right? So now we are storing the count of those cases. Now for the account record, first record, we are having that number of cases are 6. For this one, 4 cases. For this one, 2 cases. For this one, 4 cases. Like that, we are having this cases information. Now, I would like to store the account record IDs in the related cases count. How to define the map now? From this two, which one is key, which one is value now?
ID is key, value is
Record ID is a key. Now, then what is the value? Cases count.
These
Now
are
tell me.
cases.
Now, this will be the key and this will be the value. Now tell me what is the data types over here.
In
Now, key is of type what? Integer. These are what? ID, right. This is ID.
ID.
This is what? Integer. Now, how to define this one? Map
Map
of ID, comma,
integer.
Okay.
Sir.
Now, this is how we can able to define. Depends upon the data which you are going to store, we have to analyze. It's not straightforward like as Liston said. Defining map collection is completely different. It requires the analysis first. Now, we can specify map of ID, comma, integer. I'm indicating cases count equals to new map of ID, comma, integer. It holds a collection of account IDs and cases count, where account record ID will be the key, cases count will be the value. Done with this? Next, I would like to store opportunity records inside this map collection. We are having set of map opportunity records. First record, second record, third record, like that. Now tell me in this case, how can we store these opportunity records in the map? In this each opportunity record, we are having ID, we are having name and the amount, close date, probability, we are having stage name, type, so many fields are available. Completely here we are having so many records. Okay, I'm having some 100 opportunity records. I want to store them to map collection. Now tell me what will be the key in this opportunity records. ID will be the key. The complete opportunity record will be value. Okay, now in this case we can specify map of ID, comma, opportunity. Record ID will be the key, complete record will be the value here. I'm indicating map of T equals to new map of ID comma opportunity. This collection holds a collection of opportunity records where record ID will be the key and the complete record will be the value. Like the similar fashion, if you want to store your custom object records, map of ID comma position underscore C. Some map positions equals to new map of ID comma position underscore C. It holds a collection of position object records where position ID will be the key and the complete record will be the value. This is how we can define map collection. We have two more syntaxes I will show you in tomorrow's session. Tomorrow we'll see the various methods of map collection class and how to use them. We'll see with the practical. I will show you one practical example also on map collection. And then we'll see the concept of bulkification. What exactly bulkification mechanism, what is the use, how to implement, we'll see one by one. Done with the syntax? Now. So in tomorrow's session, we'll see the map collection methods and then practical use case.